Hello everyone, welcome back for our second match of the tie between the Flowrida Goats and the Arkansas Matrix. We just saw Gemma Triay and Delfi Brea come through 6-2, 6-4 against the very competitive Arancelli Martinez and Bea Caldera. Our next match, it's the men's match.
I'm really looking forward to this one, Paul.
Yeah, I am indeed. I was just going to say, promises some big hitting. Leo Augsburger, there you see him, 11th of October 2004 from Argentina. Gained a bit more control, but he's someone who does like, if it's there to hit
it.
He'll hit it.
Only 20 years old, Leo, and a few years ago exploded onto the scene with Lee Back, a talented young Argentine.
Okay, and they're up against him and Pablo Cardona. They're up against the Arkansas Matrix, staying with the team, Gonzalo Rubio from Sevilla, who is another player who's got control but also hits it hard with his left hand. And
impressed
Alex
so
Arroyo
much last season during the PPR events.
Alex Arroyo is also another big, tall, powerful player. So we've got Augsburger, Cardona, Arroyo, and Gonzalo Rubio. Three of those are massive hitters.
I mean, expecting really fast rallies. All four players, all four love to play at a really high tempo. As in, serve, next point, serve the next point. It's going to make for a very interesting game. I'm sure the fans will be looking forward to this contest. If they've not seen the two players for Flowrida Goats before, they're going to love their style of play. They're exciting, they're entertaining. Now, of course, Stupid and Nenno were playing for the defending champions last season. Two very successful players, but of course, an injury keeping one out. And they've moved quickly in that transfer market. So I think they've brought in two exciting, young, talented players who have already produced on the big stage.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the good thing is, the good news for them again is that Cardona and Augsburger also play on together in other competitions.
Yes, they do,
as do Delfi and Gemma.
Which is maybe one of the reasons, you know, the two players were brought in together. You know, they can build on that partnership here at the PPL. No doubt become better doubles players together. But it's a really interesting matchup because Rubio last season played his best paddle at the PPL events.
Absolutely, in New York, he was
brilliant. He was brilliant. He was like diving around, keeping points alive, also entertaining as well. And when he wasn't playing, he was very vocal also and on the team bench.
Gives nothing up for lost.
They have one of those cameras on on Rubio, and look now. Still not a big fan. Was that a growl there from Paul?
Mm-hmm.
I've got to ask them to come up here and zoom in on you.
I would rather you didn't, sir.
I will do. I'll speak to Danny, he's the boss.
That's a warm-up shot from Cardona, just so you get an idea.
We saw a couple of those in training yesterday.
But if he hits a smash, it's going to carry normally.
Pro Padel League. Flowrida Goats looking for a clean sweep. They won the women's, now the turn of the men's against Arkansas Matrix. Did you put them down as favourites here too, or did you?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're my
for
favourite.
Arkansas.
No, they're my favourites here. The goats.
Anyway, we gave our predictions at the start of the show. That was
our director has them written down. He tells us
this morning. We don't have a great memory, so we've forgotten who we picked, but it's on film. So Danny will no doubt draw up the standings, and let's see how we do. Also, let's see how Javi and Pete do, our colleagues who are commentating the live feed in Spanish. So you can switch between Spanish commentary, or you can stick with us, Paul and Eric, on the English feed of the PPL.
Okay, well, it's time to go. Our second match of the evening session here in the Wayfair Arena in Miami. In the Pro Padel League, our first tournament of 2025. I'm looking forward to this match.
We are looking forward, and we have looked forward to every single match. But, you know, there are players that we really love watching in action. Not saying more than others, but, I mean, if you've not seen Cardona, Augsburger, Arroyo, or Rubio, just stay tuned. You won't be disappointed.
Gonzalo Rubio,
okay.
To serve. Play.
Going to be Gonzalo Rubio to get us going.
There's number one,
for example.
Love 15.
It's interesting to see how Rubio just waits at the side of the court to see if he then has chance to run across. But he didn't in that case. Love 30.
Love 30.
Rubio just sort of stands there with his hands on his hips, sort of like,
shrugged his shoulders and said, "Well, you're going to play like that, are you?"
Alex Arroyo basically protects both his face and other parts.
He was like standing as if he was in a war in a free kick. Oh, that's tremendous. Once again.
Love 40.
So starting off with 4 break points. And there is the break.
Wow,
Game.
swept through that opening
Flowrida.
game.
Goats.
Augsburger
First game.
and Cardona. Well, look at that. Arroyo and Rubio didn't even bother heading to the team bench.
No, no.
Straight off, straight back onto the court. As they say in Spanish, visto y no visto. Losing that in a blink of an eye.
Well, there was a couple of big hits there, weren't there? Let's see how this goes. Who's serving next?
Pablo Cardona to serve.
Pablo Cardona.
Thank you.
And another one. I think they're going to need a few cans of balls here because those balls are flying into the back rows and beyond.
And remember, this has a reputation of being a slightly slow court.
Thank actually, God.
It's a bit warmer at the moment, isn't it? So,
30 love.
Just seems to be speeding up a wee bit.
Inside here than it was maybe last night.
30 love. Well played.
Oh.
The play Gonzalo Rubio.
30-15.
Of course, the danger is if you are smashing a lot, if you don't get them exactly right, then someone like Gonzalo Rubio will.
You get punished. Now we have seen Augsburger start to use the fake smash more as well, which is a great tool when you have a really good smash. And it's not just a
40-15.
Augsburger. I mean, Cardona is a massive hitter too.
We were so between matches in the break. They were both in the sort of the merchandising area together, and they're just big lads, aren't they? They're just big.
Flowrida Goats.
That is pretty. Do you know who he reminds me of, Augsburger? Do you remember the film Bull Durham? And it's baseball. It's got Kevin Costner in it.
Yes.
He reminds me of the
Arroyo.
Tim Robbins character, the young pitcher who can throw the ball incredibly
like a rocket,
hard, but he's a little bit uncontrolled. Well, that's sort of what if he was a baseball player, he would be Tim Robbins in Bull Durham.
Brilliant backhand winner. So far, this is the match with the shortest rallies I think I've ever seen in paddle.
Alex Arroyo can hit it as well, can't he, when he gets the chance?
We've been watching this for a few years, but this is just really dynamic. And that's something that's really good about the PPL, because sometimes you see 4 big hitters on the same court at the same time.
Well
that backhand winner, Arroyo.
40 love.
I mean, Arroyo and Rubio playing really well too.
Rubio's a great player. And, he's from Seville. He's got that backhand. That's a trick that Paquito Navarro uses a lot.
Is it something that the players from Seville have?
Is that a Seville speciality?
It's in the water.
I wouldn't drink the water in Seville, to be brutally honest.
Oh, it just drifts the other side of the umpire's chair. And we have blown through 3 service games in less than 5 minutes.
2 games to 1.
And, I mean, of all those smashes, I mean, difficult to choose just one. I'm a big fan of the backhand smash.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so difficult to execute. To generate power on those backhands. And that is probably Rubio's speciality. I mean, it's an art. Difficult to master. So here is the perfect demonstration of why you need to get to that net.
Again, kicks up and wide, that one. See how where his racket is when he starts it, and then where the angle it ends up
slightly diagonal. And it opens after it hits the back glass at a wider angle to clear that 3-meter sidewall.
Okay, it's Leandro Augsburger.
Leo Augsburger to serve.
Pick that one out.
15 love.
That's clever though, because he hits it hard and low, and it just doesn't give any option on the return. 30 love.
And so flat, just dies after it hits the back wall. It gets even lower. Doesn't go up, goes down.
40 love.
40 love.
I think next time he serves, put a stopwatch on it.
I will do. I think we've had about 40 seconds. It's like less than a minute. He's clever there. But
It does well to block it, does Alex Arroyo there, to be fair. 3-1.
They lead 3 games.
But what you say is, well, they don't take any time between points. It's like, let's get on with it.
It is. But both sets of players. Just quickly apologising to Cardona.
See, that was his Bull Durham moment.
Only 1 breakdown.
Yeah, I know.
They've not won many points, but they only 1 breakdown.
And how many times do you see an opening game of a match start with a break?
Throughout this PPL.
Nearly always.
15 all.
That's because the games are so competitive. Not seen a set less than 6-2 so far.
Justin.
$15.30.
So watching a 2-meter tall tennis player like Karlovic serve at Wimbledon. Boom, ace, ace, ace.
30 all.
It is difficult, very, very difficult to play against, though, isn't it? It's a completely different style of rivalry. You know, you think about players such as Coqui Nieto, who were busy, who keep the ball alive, and this is just a completely different concept.
30-40.
I mean, you need to try and get to the net, avoid, you know, those lobs. Try and lob the ball to his backhand side. Try and get balls in at his feet.
But how do you get to the net? Because you can't. You can hardly lob it because you know what's
that
going
one's
on.
that one's disappeared.
That's actually stayed up.
Deuce, golden point.
Golden point. Also a break point.
Leo
But the thing is, you can't lob, can you? Really, half the time, and you need sometimes. You really need to lob to be able to try to get into the net.
Send them deep. Ooh, that was well angled.
Game, Arkansas Matrix. Flowrida lead. 3
Okay,
games to
5 games, 10 minutes, and they have already stopped for 2 minutes. A minute and a half, the average length of a service game. I mean, the highlight reel here is just bang, 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 bang.
So out we go again. 3-2. Cardona and Augsburger.
Time.
And it's Pablo Cardona to serve. How do you get to the net? How do you get to the net? It's
Okay. Here, Rubio's got to just dink it over. There, that's a good shot. And again, just trying to avoid. That was brilliant though, because why? Lel saw it coming and took a step forward, and he was literally had his racket over the net. It was a good shot. Those ground shots are good, and that's a good deep lob. But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, exactly. So, I mean,
but I have to say, Leo is near perfect. He's had 1 miss hit so far in this opening set.
40 love.
Good call.
Game, Flowrida Goats.
How long did that game take? 40 seconds?
Less.
For game to 2.
And they didn't really do anything wrong, Arroyo and Rubio there.
Okay, I want to time this game. I'll basically with the longest one.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's time one of Augsburger's service games. My word.
Oh, I lost the
the
point.
net. It's
What a
unlucky.
shame.
So 15 love.
15 love.
Just couldn't quite keep his balance.
Gets up, yeah, gets a long way off the ground, actually.
Very low.
Okay, 30 seconds. This is the longest service game, Paul. It might break a minute.
But no.
49 seconds.
Game. Arkansas Matrix.
This is ridiculous.
This is just incredible. The speed
Lead.
at this, and this. Thankfully, it's not a quick call.
And it's not really the games are going quickly, but it's not because of mistakes, is it? It's because of just winners.
Can you imagine somebody said, "I'm just popping out for a drink. I'll be back in 5 minutes." They come back in, the first set's over. Yeah, you can't go anywhere. No toilet break, no refreshment break, because the game will be over at this tempo in like 20 minutes or 3 sets.
But you put the watch on the next service for, is it the Augsburger serving next?
I mean, okay, so you're serving. Obviously, you dominate the net.
Mm-hmm.
You're receiving your options.
That's what I'm
Down
saying.
the line, look at the Chiquitas, play it into the feet, a difficult shot to execute. Play it into the feet. I mean, Leo's hitting a smash from every single part of the court.
The thing is, as
From
well,
behind
and
the
if they put in a
service
good
line.
service, you
Yeah.
can't just return it down the line. Once again, have you got the stopwatch?
Got it here.
Time.
We can break a minute. I hope nobody turns up late to watch this game. Imagine you're running 20 minutes late. You want to see these guys in action.
Little bit of extra traffic. You see.
Now the coach sitting down with his players, Arkansas Matrix, stepping onto the court now. Stopwatch is ready. Paul? Again, there's see?
Oh, you see, this is going to be a longer game.
Mix things up a little. 2 ground shots. Using the side glass as well, just to get that extra effect. Another ground shot. Had to use that, there's no other option. And
he's
a
missed
missed
it.
smash.
Love it.
All of a sudden, a little chance to break back.
Just mix things up, a little with that. Return off the serve. Another ground shot. And again. But yeah, still another winner. But that's the way to go.
Yeah, yeah. You just got to try not to give them the options, but it's so difficult. Because the fact is, they're two big, tall, wide players as well, so they cover loads of ground at the net.
There's a good passing shot. There
Well
you
played.
go. There you go.
15-40.
It's here for the taking. It's here for the taking.
Fancy Arroyo to kill
It's
that one.
here for the taking. And they break back.
Well
Game.
played.
Arkansas Matrix.
I think well played and well thought as well. So 4-all. And it is Rubio again to serve for the 3rd time already.
Longest rally of the match. Whoa.
Well played.
Wicked the spin on that shot from Cardona.
Just has a slight habit, doesn't he, Augsburger, of just trying to chase the ball all over the court. Just needs to control that a wee bit.
Chancletazo.
Flat batted, or flat
Swipe,
racketed.
whack.
backhand serve there from Rubio.
30-15. Let for service.
Flick the net on the way over. And he's into the net anyhow.
Yeah, I think that was a lucky escape for Arkansas. And a chance for Arkansas to take the lead for the first time in this opening set.
Had the gap there to go for, but just couldn't, just came onto him very quickly. Changes the angle there. Gonzalo Rubio. Oh, well played. Also the golden point.
Foot of Arroyo.
Reaching back a long way there.
Look, there we see Cardona and Augsburger both raising their arm at the same time. And in the end, Leo said, no, it's going to be me. I'm going to receive.
But it probably should have been Cardona.
Game, Arkansas Matrix.
Well, you've got two quite strong personalities, Cardona and Augsburger. And two quite similar players in how they like to play the game.
I just think Cardona might just have a little bit more variety. Which is why I think he might be the better one to receive the serve in that sort of situation. But lived dangerously there in the end, but Arkansas take the point and the game. 5-4.
Wasn't too far away, though, from returning this one, look.
Oh, no.
And who'd have thought after those opening 3 games that Arkansas Matrix would be just one game away from taking the first set. Two golden points played, both won by Arkansas.
Shows how important they can be in a match.
Time.
Pablo Cardona will serve.
Pablo Cardona served with new balls. Fifteen love.
He nearly got that. I was thinking, why are you even chasing that? I thought, and he wasn't far away. But that's what we said. Gonzalo Rubio never, ever gives anything up for lost. You've got no right to get anywhere near that.
Built a stern stuff, those courts.
As you say, these Adidas courts getting a good workout, aren't they? Showing how solid and well constructed they are. He sat up for him.
Game, Flowrida goes.
5-all.
5 games. All.
Another game served out to love. Alex Arroyo now, if he holds serve, the worst that can happen to Arkansas is we go to a tie break.
Fifteen love.
15 love. Oh, 30 love.
30 love.
I was just chasing that one around there, Augsburger.
As I say, spun on a sixpence. Very difficult shot to master. Because you always seem to be playing catch up. You're turning behind the ball.
Oh, well played.
And he was there again. That's like the third time. He's fallen into net twice, and he was there and just, I mean, look at the run, timed to perfection, how high he climbs. And just able to keep it down. Got more power on that smash on this occasion.
Wrapped up in double quick time, so 6-5, and it'll be Augsburger to serve to
6 games.
serve to save the set and take it to a tiebreak.
You're seeing there, with those kind of smashes, if it's on your side of the court, the better option to keep the point alive is the player on the other side of the court, who can get some momentum, run across the court
And jump.
and jump. Not on that occasion because it was an excellent smash. If you're back deep, there's no way you'll be able to get there in time. So the natural thing to do is to try and have your partner come forward. At the same time, you've got to step slightly into a more central position to then cover for your partner. If he wins that shot, of course, you end up switching sides. And quite often they always try to return to their favorite sides during the course of the point.
Look, they've done really well, Arkansas, to get back into this, because at the beginning it was an absolute hurricane of smashes, and you were thinking, how are you even going to get into a position to get to the net? Our court cleaner makes his way off.
Fifteen love.
Gets in his way. That's an incredible smash again.
Very
How
low.
many times I've kind of chuckled to myself here, sometimes out loud. I'm really enjoying this as a fan. It's not often you see, you know, this kind of game with these 4 big hitters in action at the same time.
So close. I think we're going to have a tie-break, aren't we?
Put it over, but wide.
Just hard, just impossible to control. So I think that looking ahead to this tie-break, then it's going to be,
Tiebreak.
with the serve so hard to defend against, it's going to be just 1 or 2 errors, isn't it, that going to decide this.
You've got to make sure you don't miss any smashes, any unforced errors.
Oh, so unlucky.
So acrobatic. Also took out the cameraman there.
Flowrida.
It's going to be a good
Watch
shot, this, though.
And he takes him out.
No, he didn't. He did well.
Just clipped the crossbar, as they would have said. That's so unlucky.
So a little mini break, and we were saying that
there's not been a game that I've not seen Rubio end up diving at some point, risking life and limb to salvage a point.
2-0.
War cry there, Augsburger.
Yeah, well played. That was that little feint
Flowrida.
where he just held back a little bit. 3 love, but only 1 mini break to the good. Alex Arroyo serving. Really needs to hold both of these.
Flowrida.
Well played.
3-2.
3-2. Holding both of those serves once again. In double quick time. The thing is, he looked to react to let that pass and then catch it, but it just went too quickly.
Augsburger to serve. We're now firmly in control. Quick switch of ends. Just 2 breaks in this opening set. First break, Cardona and Augsburger. Broken.
First break
is a tie break.
Very first game.
5-2.
Maybe next set.
Okay, once again, Gonzalo Rubio serving under a lot of pressure. Once again,
That's
no
just
option.
Impossible to return.
5-3. Flowrida.
Tremendous hit again, Augsburger. Did
So,
well to kind of stay in the point, Arkansas.
Set points, though. Alex Arroyo
travels towards you, but it is rising higher and higher, and then just sails over your head.
Good lob.
Oh, it stayed.
That's what that
They've got to win this point now. They've got to take advantage. Clever lob.
That's what that cage can do, though, can't it? It can just hold the ball up sometimes. Ah, well played.
Brilliant there, Rubio. Well played.
6-4.
So the first set point defended. Oh, it's unlucky. But that is also the first set, 7-6.
First set to Flowrida Goats. 7 games to 6.
I mean, that first volley is excellent down low. Right up by his leg. I mean, here, look at this. Some really good points. The reflexes here. But
just couldn't quite get his racket into position in time.
Guessed right.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I think that sort of
that
situation is more guesswork than anything, isn't it?
Incredible, we had a tie break in that set, and in record time also. I mean, some of those games were over in a blink of an eye.
Less than a minute, a couple of them, definitely. So can they bring it home now in the second set?
Time.
Rubio and Alex.
Flowrida Goats looking for a clean sweep in their tie with Arkansas Matrix.
Pablo Cardona.
Straight set victory for the women's.
Second set.
They've taken the first set in the men's.
Okay, it's going to be Pablo Cardona to serve. Chance to get off to a flying start again.
I mean, there were some brilliant ground shots there.
15
Each time, Leo was taking a step closer to the net until that backhand swipe. Just
it's probably not a shot you'll find in the textbook, that, is it?
Perfect. We're seeing a smashing clinic masterclass here.
Oh, that's
I think it just hit the roof,
hit the ceiling, which is really unlucky, because that was sort of backhand from behind, off the glass. That is stunning. We're actually back live.
Passing shot through the middle. This is a point. I was going to say this is a point they needed to win.
Game.
I mean, if they send the two players back, they've got to take the most of it. You know, they didn't get many opportunities during the match.
Absolutely. That last point, though, from Alex Arroyo, the one that went off the back of the court, that would have probably dropped in if it had been outdoors. Obviously, somewhere like this where we can't play outdoors, because it will be either too warm and there's just a slight tendency for thunderstorms as well.
Gonzalo Rubio.
Having seen this venue, wouldn't want it anywhere else.
$15.
Same script.
Ooh, ouch.
$30.
I mean, that's what you need to do. You need to run towards the player who is preparing to hit a huge smash. Because if you can avoid that smash, you know, in the right place to maybe try and return it off the back glass. Big smash there, and then the winner. There you go.
Well played.
Mix
Nice,
it up
really well set up.
4-11.
Caught Cardona and Leo unawares. And then went for the winner on the second.
Yeah, because even though it was returned, there was not a lot they could do, and it was just on the plate for him there. Another game
Game.
to love.
Arkansas Matrix.
1-all.
1 game all. Leo Augsburger to serve. Low 15.
Little error there on the volley.
15 all.
I don't think I've ever hit that backhand in my life.
I don't think many people
But
have.
it's the power to get it down, up and over, and
Yeah, good arm there from the court cleaner.
found a new pitcher.
Did he get a
Brilliant
touch
there.
on it?
He
Brilliant.
did. Rubio. Can they capitalise? Yes, they can.
30 all.
Well done, Gonzalo Rubio.
He's been trying throughout the match. And there it pays off.
You can just see it better from that angle than the one that we're at courtside, actually. But he actually got quite a good contact on it. Well played.
40-30.
Made sure it stayed low.
I mean, they're trying to keep those returns as low as possible, which is why we're seeing Cardona and Leo stand almost over the net in a position to hit a winner.
Oh,
Touch.
brilliant shot.
Game. Flowrida Goats. They lead 2-2.
No, he hit the net. That is really, really unlucky. Look at that. So, I mean, it's a brilliant shot, but point goes to the Goats. Into another break very quickly. We're just having a look at the heat map there for Cardona and Augsburger in the first set. It's either all at the net or all deep, isn't it? There's nothing in no man's land.
I think those deep ones are just where they serve from. And the rest of it has just been at the net. And also they've smashed quite a few shots from. Now, every one of those deep, it's not normally this colour, have been smashes won from behind the service line. And normally that 37% is at the front and something lower than 29% is at the back. But they're winning points from deep smashes where the vast majority of professional players can't win points outright.
On with Cardona, sometimes simply just there's a couple of times when you can just control yourself a wee bit more. But 2-1 to the good. Alex Arroyo serving.
Out.
Oh, just long.
15 love.
15 love.
That was incredible.
Very low.
He won the point.
Out.
Oh, that was a missed opportunity. That
40
was a missed opportunity, Leo. He covers his mouth almost, and that was like a beep.
Ah, well played.
Excellent there,
Little
Cardona.
subtle touch this time.
40-15.
Wow.
Don't see many double faults, do you? In
First double fault of the event here.
well, he got it over him, but I don't think Gonzalo Rubio knew that was going to.
Yeah, and they'll be disappointed, Cardona and Leo, because that could have forced a golden point.
As it's Cardona to serve, still 2-2 in the second set.
Do you think this could go to a super tie break?
Well, I think there's possibilities. It's one of those where only 1 or 2 mistakes might determine the winner, though.
Well, we've seen just 2 breaks so far in this match. One apiece in the opening set.
I mean, he just doesn't do anything really more than flex his wrist, does he? Ooh, he's called it out. I thought that might have just been on the line.
Remember when he and Lee Back teamed up, Teenage Sensations, in Argentina. They played an event and were qualifiers, and they made it all the way through to the final. And everybody took note.
Just gets a touch on
Augsburger and Lee Back.
Well played.
40 love.
Well recovered as well to win that point, because we're under a wee bit of pressure again.
Winds up straight away. You knew that was going to be game over.
Game. Flowrida Goats.
And another little sit down.
3 games to 2.
At the moment, Flowrida Goats looking good to be one of the top 4 teams in the men's division after the group stage. And they would move on to contend for first, second, third place podium finishes. There's also prize money for the 3 teams, points for the top 9 teams at this inaugural event being held here in Miami.
Ready to go again in a moment. Augsburger back on court. It'll be Gonzalo Rubio to serve when we are back underway.
I'm sure those people
Time.
will be able to get to the event in San Sebastian must be licking their lips at seeing these guys in action at the second PP event of the year in Europe, in Spain. Then it's Mexico. Then there's the PPL All-Star Festival in the Hamptons featuring pro-ams, celebrity exhibitions and clinics also.
Oh,
lovely, lovely, lovely.
15 love.
I've seen so many smashes. It's great to see a little dejada, little dormilona.
Decisively put away.
Oh, I was looking for a cushioned smash.
15-30.
They've not found themselves in this position for a while. Augsburger and Cardona.
Didn't quite get it over
30
30.
all. 30 all. Just teed himself up for that winner with two really good shots in the build-up.
30-40, so 2 break points. Is this going to be the decisive moment in this second set?
Oh, pressure on Arkansas. They were broken in the first set, but broke back almost immediately. Then lost out in.
Brilliant stuff from Gonzalo Rubio, forcing another golden point at Juice.
Now, will it be Cardona this time to receive? Nope, it's not. It's Leo.
Puts his old racket in the air.
Second serve.
You could see that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It was like,
but they were doing well, but always kind of needing to produce the perfect shot just to stay alive in the rally. And there's so much pressure on you because you know if the lob isn't good enough, if the passing shot isn't good enough, they will punish you.
and even though they're right close to the net, because they're so big, they cover a lot of ground.
Very mobile,
lot of reach.
also the two players.
Leo Augsburger 4-2 in the second set. Hold serve, and it's in touching distance.
Good half volley. And then Cardona with the big winner.
15 love.
Now, if you're watching at home, no, you don't have to play paddle like this. I mean, this is, if you've watched the other games, it's not normal to see games.
Yeah, this is not normal. This is not normal.
Paddle can be explosive, but you've got 4 amazingly good players who are playing amazingly well.
But the thing is that the very few errors that we're seeing, you know, I mean, very few unforced errors.
Yeah, very few.
40 love. Maybe that was one of them, but 40 love, you maybe allowed that 5 games to 2.
5 games to 2.
Only one break in this second set. In a great position,
New balls,
Flowrida Goats to take both the men's and the women's maximum points, put in a great position to qualify for podium day here at the PPL Pro Padel League in Miami.
es un segundo saque que vaya regalado, porque ha tirado ahí. Y hay que coger el riesgo y si lo tira a la pared, pues mala suerte.
Delfi enjoying the music there, Delfi Brea. You just see her moving along in time to the music.
Si va como la línea para atrás, la recuperamos. Sí, sí, vamos a cerrar ahora.
Just saying, let's close it now. Let's win it now. I think Alex Arroyo is going to be really difficult to break. Just to remind you that after this match we have our last of the evening, and it's two teams back in action. It's the Toronto Polar Bears from Canada against the Cancun Waves from Mexico.
Alex Arroyo served with new balls.
And if you need
there you go. If you needed a fast tempo game, you've got new balls. Just add a bit more speed to the points.
15 love.
love.
Good put away.
30 love.
Gonzalo Rubio.
Still 55 minutes only. So the first set went to a tie-break, and it's now 5-2, and we have not had an hour yet.
I think the vast majority of matches have been between, what, an hour and 15 minutes?
Oi.
Chance here for Cardona.
And there it is, 5-3. So a moment of truth. If Cardona holds his serve,
game over.
Game over. A match, game set and match over even.
Flowrida Goats looking good on both the men's and women's teams to qualify for the main event. Could be playing for first or second, the title on Sunday.
Second service.
Good start.
15 love.
Just going to unwind another one. Serve.
Very clever. Very clever
Very
indeed.
well played, yeah.
30 love.
Once again, Rubio clatters into the end of the
every single game. He always comes off with some kind of graze, knock, bump, scratch. But he's made of rubber though. I mean, he's back on his feet again straight away.
Just one. He's giving it in.
It was, I mean,
Arroyo
Alex said,
in.
come on guys. It was a miss hit and it went in.
Once again, just showing the spirit in which this is being played.
Quite fitting that the final shot be a Leo smash.
Exactly, in 58 minutes, 7-6, 6-3. Augsburger goes into orbit
6-3.
and smashes home the winner. That was massively entertaining, wasn't it, Eric? I have to say.
I mean, it was just electric and very little to choose between the teams. Probably in the smashing department, Cardona and Leo just edging it. But there was a moment in that first set, and it kind of worked. And the opponents took time to adjust when Arkansas were using more ground shots and mixing things up, using the sidewall to get the ball over, using extra spin. And it worked because they broke back and took the lead for the first time at 5-4.
Yeah.
But in the tie break, they were second best in that second set, an early break. But again, just one break in that second set.
Exactly. No, there wasn't a lot in it, and obviously it's so hard to deal with that sort of hitting of Augsburger and Cardona. And they did a good job dealing with it. I mean, I think they did the best they could, and the best that most players would be able to accept. Absolute players on the top of their game, and even then they'd find it hard.
Their performance was good enough to have beaten, I think, all the men's doubles teams we've seen so far tonight, apart from these two guys. And I'd like to see him against Miami.
Which is going to be, which is probably good news for the old Flowrida Goats. Anyhow, we have our people down pitch side. It's time to hear from Arantxa, Javi, Pablo and Leo.
Once again, another match which shows the level at the PPL, Javier.
Bueno, pues la victoria para la chica de Florida y también para los chicos Leo y Pablo, Pablo y Leo. Bueno, Pablo, cambiando también de equipo, el año pasado Las Vegas, ahora aquí en Florida. ¿Cómo te han recibido tus nuevos compis y jugando con Leo? ¿Cómo te has sentido? Enhorabuena por la victoria.
How you feel here in Florida with your partner, with the team?
English, Spanish or...
Lo que tú quieras.
Well, very happy to be here again in Miami, playing the PPL with my new team. Tomorrow we have another one match, so hope to see you all here. And let's go for the title. Bueno, muy feliz de estar aquí en Miami otra vez, jugando la PPL con un equipo nuevo. La verdad que equipazo. Mañana jugamos otra vez. Espero veros a todos aquí. Y vamos a ver si ganamos el título.
¿Quieres hacer la segunda pregunta?
Y para Leo, bueno Leo, nuevo equipo, bienvenido aquí a Florida, jugando con Pablo, nueva victoria, vais a por todas en esta PPL aquí en Miami, enhorabuena.
New team, welcome to Florida, playing with Pablo. How do you feel?
Sí, primero que nada, buenas tardes a todos. Gracias por quedarse a ver un partido más. Así que nada, muy contento de estar acá en la PPL. Así que nada, muy contento que sea con Pablo. El equipo que tenemos, creo que estamos bien y bueno, a luchar por el título, como dijo Pablo.
Playing for another title and happy to be with Pablo, happy to be here and the team has been pretty welcoming.
Bueno, pues enhorabuena a los chicos y a las chicas de Florida porque consiguen la victoria, un nuevo enfrentamiento. Enhorabuena, que no se mueva nadie porque tenemos el último en breve. Hasta ahora.